Hello boaters, welcome to Narrowboat Journeys. We're on the Macclesfield canal, and in this video I travel through Bollington. We're starting off on the northern outskirts of Macclesfield near Bridge 30, and we'll travel through Bollington and then more up just on the other side of it. Let's have a look at the map. We're starting off at the yellow marker down at the bottom of the map, and then we're cruising. It's a straight cruise through Bollington to the trip end point at the top of the map. The green line that you can see is the Middlewood Way, which is a disused railway line which has been converted into like a footpath cycle track. It's very, very useful, and it goes all the way between Marple and Macclesfield. And of course, as soon as I approach the first bridge, I can see another boat coming. It's a day-hire narrowboat from Bollington, and I judge that it's closer to the bridge than I am, so I'm going to pull in here and wait and let them go past. Unfortunately though, pulling over to the side like this will cause me to go aground. The Macclesfield canal is pretty shallow, so if you stray from the centre of the channel there is a good chance that you will run aground. However, I'm going very slowly, so it's going to be an easy thing to fix. In this case it's just a matter of getting hold of the boat pole and shoving the back end of the boat out. It's only the front that's actually run aground, so if I can push the back out, then I can put the engine in reverse and pull the front of the boat off the mud. This should be very easy because I was going very slowly when I ran aground. If you do run aground at any sort of speed, then it can be very difficult to pull the boat off. If you can't get off the mud, then try rocking the boat from side to side as you're reversing, because that will very often work it loose, and failing that you could get other crew members to stand on the canal side of the boat, which will lift the bankside hull off of the mud. That will usually work as well. If it's really stuck though, you may have to get another boat to tow you off. Unfortunately, it's lighting conditions like this which show the limitations of my cheap GoPro camera. It's an imitation GoPro, so it's not as good as the real thing. One day I'll get a proper one. And we're all free, so off we go. This is another one of those snake bridges where the towpath changes sides. The towpath is really quite busy around here. And it looks like there's a fishing match on. Good job I'm not planning to moor up here. We passed this old boat in the last video. You often play leapfrog with boats as you're travelling along the canal. And there's a pretty little boatyard here on my right. Beautiful location. Bridge 28 marks the start of Bollington. On occasion over the years I've seen the odd terrapin in the canal, but glancing to my right, there's an alligator there. There are two old mill buildings in Bollington. This is the first one. It's called Adelphi Mill. Now converted into housing, I think, although it might be office space, I'm not sure. And here on the right we have another boatyard. After Bridge 27, the canal is actually on the top of a high embankment, and there's an aqueduct we go over a road. Historically, there's been a lot of problems with leakage on this section, so there's been quite a few closures here. And just around the corner we come to the second mill in Bollington. This is Clarence Mill. Very impressive to look at. I would have liked to work there though in the old days. It must have been really grim. We're now crossing the Bollington Aqueduct. There's not an awful lot to see from the canal. We are very high up here though on the top of the embankment. The sides are very steep. As you can see, it's a very popular mooring spot. Good access to the village from here. This is a very nice old boat. It looks a bit distorted with my wide-angle lens though. This is Sugar Lane Bridge, number 26, and I remember from my trip here 20 odd years ago that there were some really nice moorings on the other side of it, so that's where I'm planning to stop. You can also access Bollington from down the road here to the left, and you can also access the Middlewood Way, that cycle track that I spoke about earlier, and from here I could moor up and cycle down to the Tesco store back in Macclesfield. It's a bit of a trip, but it's quite an easy ride and quite pleasant. Having said that, there is a decent co-op store in Bollington and it's quite close, but I'm not particularly a fan of the co-op. I find them expensive, so I prefer to go to larger supermarkets when I can. And up ahead, near that moored boat, is where I'm planning to stop. This was a nice little place 20 years ago, and it doesn't look like it's changed at all, so this will do very nicely. In the next video we'll be travelling through lovely countryside towards the village of Bollington. But for now it's time to moor up and to say thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.